tell us, Donna, you moved to Bonaire how many years ago, and why are you so passionate about land sailing?
We moved here about 4.5 years ago, but first came here 7 years ago looking for a place to do the land sailing on a commercial level. And Bonaire is perfect. It's got everything that you need to do land sailing. It's flat, it's got consistent wind from the east, as you can see. The weather's beautiful, and we get these amazing people coming wanting to do something a little bit fun, a little bit different. And so Bonaire ticked all our boxes, and there's just a special vibe on Bonaire that we didn't feel anywhere else that we'd been looking. We landed on Bonaire and felt like we'd come home, like we belonged somewhere. And then we discovered this place. We're on conservation land out here. It was a perfect fit.
How did you start with land sailing? Because you said you went basically all over the world finding the perfect place to start this business. So how did it all start?
So my husband and I come from New Zealand, and blow carts come from New Zealand, so we sail in a blow cart. They were actually designed and built right down the road from where we come from in New Zealand. So it was the opportunity to spread the love. We've been sailing for about 16 years. My husband sails internationally. He sails and races around the world.
Okay.
And so we thought, empty nesters, our kids had gone back to school in New Zealand, and we wanted to do something commercial with the land sailing. It brought us to Bonaire, and it was just our opportunity to show other people what we've been experiencing for the last many years in New Zealand. So they were invented in 1999 in New Zealand.
Oh, so it's not such an old sport. It's been around.
Land sailing as an activity is probably, it dates hundreds of years back.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, so there's been a few iterations of designs over the years. Probably the closest to what we see today happened in about the 1950s when people started racing them. But blow cart is unique. It's a one design land yacht. That means anywhere you go in the world where you can sail in a blow cart, it'll be identical to the ones that we've got here.
Amazing.
So yeah, and now they are all around the world. It's a really tight community.
And it's a sport. You mentioned your husband does it all over the world. And are there different courses? Like we did a particular one today.
We did, yep.
Are there bigger courses? What can you tell us about the landscape maybe?
So yeah, so Bonaire has, we've set up just a simple beginner's sort of course. It's up and back with the wind. The wind comes side onto the course all the time. Some places don't have that privilege of us having such consistent wind. So they've got courses that you can rearrange a little bit depending on what the wind conditions are doing. When they're racing, it's set up very similar to an on-water yacht race, where they may have like an up and back course where they're just racing with and against the wind, or a 3-point course where you actually have some sailing skills to have to apply to be sailing upwind, for example. So some people, for example, in the Netherlands, they're sailing on the beaches there. New Zealand, we sail a lot on the beaches as well because we've got such big tides there too. So different places. Airstrips, abandoned airstrips are often really good places to do the land sailing.
I can imagine.
So depending on what you've got available, it depends on how you can set up a course. Our kids learned to sail in the high school parking lot because it wasn't used in the weekend, so you could just configure it to the wind. And anywhere that's flat and windy, you can use a blow cart.
Speaking about kids, today there was one little girl here when we were here, but she's sitting with her mom. But what is the minimum age for this sport?
So at our track here, we say that if you're 8 and older and the wind conditions allow, you can sail solo, you can sail by yourself. We've got different wind or different sails sizes for the different wind conditions and the body size. So little people, small sail. And if the wind's too big, we have them pop in with mom or dad. Under 8 and over 3, they can sail like the little girl was today and alongside her mom.
What is the motivation many times for especially tourists who come here to try it, you know?
It's unique, it's different,
right? On Bonaire.
Yeah, well, it is. Bonaire's about the water and it's about the wind, right? We've got the world-class windsurfers come from here. The wind is perfect for this sort of activity, and you've experienced it yourself. It was really easy to learn, right?
It's easy. When you hear the explanation, you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be really hard. Pull the rope, let go of the rope. But once you do it, it's so easy and it's so fun.
You get out there and it's super easy. So it's easy for tourists to come that don't have any sailing experience. It's easy for older people to enjoy. We get lots of multi-generational visitors coming here where the little kids are having fun, the teenagers are having fun, the grandparents are having fun. You get the grannies out there and they're talking to the grandkids and egging them on. it's something for
It's
everyone.
amazing.
Yeah.
What about locals? Because I remember driving by many years ago and seeing this, and I'm like, oh, cool, they have this now in Bonaire. This, I guess this was before, because it was here before, right?
There was a track here. They
Yeah.
were here for about 18 months, then left the island, and everything got overgrown. It just became disused, and everybody kind of forgot about land sailing. And then when we came here and we saw how perfect it was,
Yeah.
it was an easy decision just to say, listen, let's resurrect the facility here and start again. And during COVID, coincidentally, while the island was closed down, the locals rediscovered us, and
So
we're
they do come
very, very supported by the locals. We get our clientele are a third local, a third long stay visitors, and a third cruise ship people, like we had earlier today.
A nice
So
balance.
a really good balance, yep, and something that keeps us going year round. So we're not really relying on one particular kind of customer. So yeah.
So let me think about Bonaire, because of course we're here in Bonaire with the show, actually double show, my morning show and then also the afternoon show with my colleague Natalie. If you had to tell people about land sailing, especially the locals, because most of our audience are, well, locals in Curacao and Bonaire, Aruba, the Netherlands, watching. How would you sell it? What would you say about it? Because you know, it's kind of scary, but yet it's adventurous. What would you say?
So we love it when school groups come here, because it's the kids catch on to it so quickly. They just get it, and that's what's helped with the local people. So we participate in the Bookie de Pret school holiday program.
Okay.
It's been fantastic. So all the kids want to have their birthday parties and their celebrations here. We get like I said, the multi-generational families come, so it's something for families to do together. We have a dual price structure for local people to come at an affordable price, and it is just so easy to learn. So don't hold back, get here and have a go.
Just do it.
When the school groups come, we had one school group here. There was 100 kids through the course of 2 days, and we filed them all through. Every single kid got out there, and you could just see their chests puff out. They were so happy that they had accomplished something out there. The confidence just goes through the roof, just because they've done something that's, like you said, a little bit scary. They're not sure what to expect, but they get out there and they see how easy it is. They see that they've got control, and they just take it on board, and just the confidence. I love seeing that. The other thing too is that disabled people can do this as well.
Okay,
so
that's
we've
important.
it is super important. We've got people that come that are wheelchair bound. Imagine being in a wheelchair and being confined to that speed the whole time, then getting in a cart and participating with able-bodied people, the freedom, the speed. And we've got special harnesses if you've got a paraplegic condition. We've got special harnesses for you. We pad you out so that you've got nice and protection all around, and it's something for everyone. We've got one blind-eyed people come. We accommodate for them as well. We've got double carts that we can put little people in, but also people that are unable to handle the ropes by themselves. They can ride tandem. So it is really something for everyone.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now Bonaire, right? Because you know I have a special love for this island. I grew up here, but I always love to hear the stories about what people who have now made Bonaire their home, what in this case you and your husband think about Bonaire. So I mean, aside from the wind and the perfect conditions for land sailing.
Exactly. There is just something super special about Bonaire, and know that I set the bar pretty high. I come from New Zealand and born in Canada, so both of those countries are pretty amazing as well. When we came to Bonaire, there was just a warmth and a friendliness and a welcoming here that I've just never experienced anywhere else ever. It's something about Bonaire that I think is really unique. The other thing that I love about Bonaire that I want to spread the word about is just everybody focused on keeping Bonaire as beautiful, as conservation-minded people that are here. We look after the ocean, we're looking after the environment. Land sailing in particular, really low footprint. Bonaire, it's in your blood, right? It's how you're feeling about it. So coming from New Zealand, we've got those same sort of glasses that we look through. Are we looking after our planet? Are we looking after our little islands? And Bonaire's got that right in their soul. But I mean, Condé Nast Travel, right? They voted Bonaire
Yes.
the friendliest, or they voted Kralendijk the friendliest city in the world. It's true. Like, I was driving around town today with customers in the van. Everybody's stopping to let the traffic go through, and it's just, there's a specialness about being considerate of other people on Bonaire that you don't see a lot of other places. I love it. I feel at home here. Yeah.
Donna, thank you so much. Thank you
you.
for opening the doors of Bonaire Landsailing Adventures for our shows.
Pleasure.
And introducing landsailing to more people, through our channel, Telecuracao. And we hope to see you soon, because we will come back.
We will come back, yeah. And we're going to get Sally out there sailing
Sally
as well.
has to go. She's always making me do everything, but we're going to go.
We're going to get you out on the track. And
Thank
Benji
you.
for a sail as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys.